I'm not stuck. Stuck in my head.
God. What it do, Revenger crew, and folks that love 90 Day Fiance. We are back, episode 3 of 90 and More. I'm not wearing glasses and I can't see anything.
So if he glares...
She's harassing me. She's been harassing me the whole time. I'm a victim here. I'm your man, Bo. We are the Esmr Avengers. You can catch me... What are you doing? What's happening right now?
Don't worry about me.
You're distracting. I'm trying to intro and you're distracting me. Catch me
you can't even see.
I told you she's harassing me. Catch me on Instagram application, man, at Merrill Productions, MERRILL Productions. You can also catch me on Twitter. I
like how you're looking at yourself
at
there.
Merrill, oh my God, just let me do this. At Merrill Product 1. Now you. I like how you look at yourself in the mirror.
Back at it again.
That's horrible.
I don't care. I don't care. At least I can see. At least I can see.
Why are you so horrible to me?
And I'm your girl, Ann Weezy. You can catch me on Instagram and Instagram only at ANWEEZYY. And if you can catch that, it's down below. And today, we're back at it again.
Bro, you're probably blowing out people's eardrums right now.
I feel like that was
People
better.
are sitting at their remote offices at home.
I'm not listening to this ish
this
because that
dumb
dish is...
exactly those words.
Do you like how I just censored myself?
Let's see how long it lasts. That's my question. How long? Can you get the whole episode being PC?
What do I get if I do?
Admiration.
Can I get new perfume?
Yeah, here you go. Buy some new perfume for yourself.
Okay.
5 and below. At 5 below.
No, the one I want isn't super expensive, but like it's Giorgio
Buy that
Armani.
stuff that gives you rashes.
Okay. Alrighty. So tonight we are gonna start with.
So no more tonight. We're just gonna get into the show. You know, we just there 90 and more, but no more. No.
We're not doing. Oh.
Did you have some ready? No. Don't look it up during the
give
show.
Me a second.
No, that is not okay. See, no. Let's just forego it because I'm not trying to have to carry this while you.
You are not. You're gonna be reading. You're not even carrying anything. What are you carrying?
You're gonna be reading through stuff while we're trying to do this. So no.
I don't know. Oh, I can't even access it anyways because I'm on my child's laptop.
There you go. Stop using your kid's stuff. All right, let's get into this. So starting with the other way, Biniyam and Ariella was.
Oh, we're just getting right into it.
Yeah, man. Let's go. What you doing? You still trying to look stuff up?
No,
you failed. You should have had this ready.
It's already open.
No. I'm not gonna talk if you're reading. I'm just saying I'm not gonna do it.
I'm literally reading the synopsis of the episode.
Oh, I thought you were looking at the.
Better zip your lips.
Don't be playing me because you know I can't see over there, so don't be trying to blame me either.
Okay, so we are gonna talk about
Biniyam and Ariella. Just said that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Son. Catch up, son. Yeah, man. So Ariella is it Ariella or Ariella?
Ariella?
She's going through the pregnancy emotions.
Man, she's like what? 7 months pregnant? 8, 9 months?
She's hurting. She's hurting right now, like emotionally. Her mom just dipped
she's
out.
like 30 weeks because she has got 10 more weeks left.
And I will say this, you know, I have only dealt with one pregnancy in my life, like through the. Why you look at the camera like that was a slick look? I saw that. It was real sly. That was almost a gym look. Don't do that. I'm gonna look at you closer. I can't really see. I've only dealt with one full-term pregnancy in my life.
That is correct.
And, it was, granted, we were in the best place, but the emotional flip switches that happen, I'm not a fan of those. Those things are crazy.
I do not think that is fair. Because I was much younger.
I just think it's a normal thing for most women. I think
I wasn't that way, though, with the other two.
So you're blaming this on me. I like how it always comes to that.
I am. I was much more emotional. We were going through a lot of turmoil. It was early in our marriage.
Oh, but I argue that a little bit because you probably don't remember it as much because you were a lot younger.
I was all, yeah.
So I mean, I don't.
Anyways,
I mean, you might be right. I don't know.
No,
but I'm just saying, like,
I think sometimes, like,
as you get away from stuff,
we did argue about having guacamole on my carne asada.
No, it wasn't an argument. No. Liz, I like how you tried to play that. We did argue. Mm-hmm. She asked me to go get her some carne asada fries from one of the Bertos. I don't know if y'all. If anybody's from Arizona, we got like 97 Bertos out here. So Julio Bertos, Jimmy Bertos, Johnny Bertos, Philip Bertos. So I wouldn't get the guacamole. What is it called?
Carne
asada fries. They typically come with guacamole on them. She don't want guacamole. She's a very specific Pacific person. Okay.
Like the ocean.
I got back and she opened the package and I shit you not, immediately tears. Like as soon as she looked at it, she looks at me and instead I'm like, "What is good?" She's like, "I didn't want guacamole," and I'm like, "Okay." I took it and I drove back up there. But so my point is,
I couldn't imagine making a worldwide move at 30 weeks.
Especially to a third world country. And there's no knock on Ethiopia. Ethiopia actually seems kind of nice in a lot of places. When they're in that park walking around, I'm like, damn, it looks nice.
You know what? I think, like everywhere, right? There's certain areas that are worse.
Facts.
Like,
Factuals.
some that are great. I'm sure it's a beautiful country. I would love to go there and eat a lot of street food because I think that'd be really cool.
I don't think I'd be eating street food from there.
I would. I love street food.
I'll let you be the taste tester. I'd be like, all right, man, if you ain't in the bathroom, we
if you
good.
don't get the ish, then we're good.
Yeah, if the squirts. No, go on. Fight through it.
Fight through it. I don't know that I can make a move that late into my pregnancy and then be alone because she is alone. Her mom just is flying back to the United States and she's crying. Like, she is, I think, panicking, which I think is completely normal.
Well, I think she even made the comment. She's like, it felt like a vacation when her mom was there.
And now it's reality.
Yeah, and
right?
now it's like, oh, I actually live here now. And I got to tell you, I think he's actually might be an okay guy. Like, I don't really see. What are your thoughts on him?
You know what?
I mean, outside of the bongos on the booty,
know.
I don't know.
And the reason why I say I don't know is because he did have another American woman who had his child there.
Oh, Pete Game on that. I got some insight on that. Go ahead.
Okay. Who he did have a child with another American woman who was there, but then ended up taking their child back to the United States. And that makes me a little wary of the situation. No?
So I want to speak on that, but I want to give credit where credit is due on that as well, because we have someone we follow on Instagram, 90day_E11. I was in a live stream the other night.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
And she was dropping like some dimes. And she said that what had happened was the first wife, the child had a life-threatening illness and they said that baby will die if you have it in Ethiopia. So she really didn't have an option. So they kind of make it seem like she just dipped out, but come to find out from watching, and that live stream was fire. So shouts to you. I think her name is Sarah. I'm not sure if that's your name.
Oh my God, he's so bad with names. He doesn't know my name half the time.
With everything. Yeah, I can't even see you right now. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm one of your slurs. It's fine.
Huh? You're one of my slurs. I have slurs. All right, go on.
Anyways, but even so, maybe if the child did have life-threatening issues, like he does not have contact with that child now. Or it doesn't seem that way.
I gotta tell you, and this is gonna sound horrible. I probably shouldn't even say this, but
say it.
If I was in a situation where I had a girl overseas and I took the child back to the U.S., if they weren't making strenuous effort to be in that kid's life, I'm not making that effort
Honestly,
either.
if okay, so I'm gonna talk about Kelani. I know we're kind of jumping ship, but she lost her virginity to
That's the most unfortunate situation
Asuelu.
ever. There's no situation.
And my thing is, like, if you weren't really digging the guy, like, you could legit just disappear and they would never know.
So we know what she would do.
I'm just saying, I've seen enough.
I think your new nickname should be Ghost. Ghosty.
Oh my God.
And Weezy the Ghost.
Wheezy.
And Weezy the Ghost.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, anyways, not the
it.
point. I'm just saying, I don't think that she fully grasped what it would be like to be alone in Ethiopia and pregnant with her new boyfriend.
I mean, how can you?
No, not that you could.
Right. There's
but a lot of
that.
people we have seen have started to, like, really, I guess no. There's only one person, and even then he doesn't speak great Spanish.
Who's that?
Tim.
Oh, Tim. I don't know that I like Tim. Anyway, we'll get that later. But you can see it hits her like a ton of bricks. And then she realizes too, which is pretty deep, like, I actually haven't been around this man in months, so we may not have anything in common anymore. Right. So she's like going through that as well. She's like,
and then her gear is becoming a new mom.
Yeah,
like that's where she's at. She's preparing for baby. She's gonna start nesting. Like, those are real feelings.
And then she's gonna be nesting in a crib that's like gross, because they showed the previews of the next episode, and the crib don't look that great. Yeah,
I was probably asleep, but like he missed the first 30 weeks of her pregnancy.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of time.
And then, like, the other thing too is, like, at least you get to adjust a little bit to those changes and those hormones that she's going through. Mm-hmm. He didn't get none of that. So and I gotta give him a lot of credit. He was sitting there very calmly, like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I feel bad. And it doesn't sound like he was involved in the pregnancy of his last lady either. So he doesn't even know. So they're both going at this brand new. The one thing they have going for them, though, is I do like the family, his family.
I agree.
They seem pretty welcoming to her. You know, they do seem a little bit worried about the situation, but they seem welcoming enough. You know, like,
I agree, but also I feel like they have a lot of hurdles to get over.
Oh my God!
So not only just becoming new parents for the first time, she's alone. You know, his family, although they seem helpful, They are still wary of her.
Yeah, and he ain't got a legit job, really. I mean, he's working at a club.
He's dancing.
So think about those 2 a.m., 3 a.m. wake ups.
Not
I mean,
just that.
Granted,
they don't agree on religion.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And honestly,
he wanted her to get baptized. She was like,
"Nah, bro, because you have to suckle from a Christian teat."
Yeah. We need the Christian teat.
That's important. Well, not just that. I don't feel like his English is it's good. It's decent. Right, it's better than it has been in the past, where people don't speak anything.
Yeah, like they're not passing translator.
No, and they don't have a janky translator that like messes with people.
Oh my god, we gotta talk about that.
But and so his vocabulary isn't broad, so he can't like convey emotion. He can't convey.
She's like, he has panicking. 3 words.
Yeah, or he has 3 emotions: angry, sad, and mad.
Well, that's most men, but
wait, angry, sad, angry, and mad are the same thing. But hungry, I guess you could throw in there. Horny.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
But he can't express those things because he doesn't know yet, and it's kind of going blind.
So let's update our question from the first episode. At this point.
No.
You think it's donezo? I can't see her leaving though.
I can. I think that when her mom and dad
leaving and coming back, maybe.
Maybe. I think when her mom and dad come back when the baby's born, I think that she's gonna realize that like she needs them. Yeah. Again, I don't know. I've had 3 children, and I would be okay doing it on my own, like with you. Like, without any parents.
Oh, I thought you meant like by yourself, period. I was like, have fun with that.
First of all, that would not be fun. But if I had to, I could. But just like you could, right?
No.
Would it be fun? No.
I don't give myself enough credit for that.
But I'm saying is like, I can do it without my parents. But being a first-time mom, I was also very young. I needed my mom.
Yeah. Well, and I think, I think the mom may actually end up coming there, living there, because they're fine financially.
She's a nurse.
No, but they're fine financially.
I know, but she's got other kids.
I mean, think about it. She left there, and she told her she'd be back in just a number of weeks.
Yeah, in 10 weeks.
So my thing is, she's getting time off like crazy anyway. It doesn't seem like she has to work, or whatever work she's doing. It seems like it's kind of when she wants it.
She's a labor and delivery nurse.
Right.
So I'm assuming she's worked at the same hospital. She has a good amount of time saved up.
Maybe. I see her going there. I see her moving there.
Or
at least for a period of time.
Maybe
like
for
a month,
like
2 months or something. Yeah, I see her because she loves that. And also, shouts to her mom. We don't know her mom's name, do we? Y'all let us know in the comments below.
Mama Ariella.
Mama Ariella. Let us know if you know her real name. She's fantastic, man.
Family,
Like she the only thing I saw from her I didn't really love was she was gassing her up when he was playing the booty bongos, and he's like, she's pretty, she's flexible. Like,
and it's
but
like,
I think more of that.
I'm pregnant.
I think more of that was just putting it in her head, like, yo, this is competition.
Right.
You need
for sure.
You need to pay attention. So I like her mom though. Mom seems really good.
and she gave him a hug and said, I love you, thank you for taking care of my daughter. We'll see you.
They got a legit relationship,
and like it was very sweet to see because you don't normally see that on the show. You see
trash
mother
moms.
Debbie.
Oh God, Debbie.
Oh God, I'm
Mary.
so excited. I'm so excited.
All right, how we doing on this?
Fine, I'm done. There's nothing else to say.
So we gave them a good portion of our time here.
But you did say, do you think they're gonna last?
I do, man. Because you know what,
the test of time.
Oh God, who does? I mean,
5 years. 5 years.
I think. Okay, so it's too. I can't go that far into the future. I'm gonna say for the purposes of this show, they'll make it through the tell-all. They'll make it to the happily ever after portion, in my opinion.
Oh. Okay.
After that, I don't know, because I do think he seems very calm and controlled.
Because
that could change.
Speak his language.
Nah, but he just it just personality. Even when he was getting pressed about, remember when they were at the club and they were pressing him on stuff? Like he hasn't really like shown any like anger or any like.
Not at all.
So and his family seems to be putting the right stuff in his head as well. If they can get past the religion thing, I think both sets of families seems decent. I think there's a lot of stuff going right for them.
What did you like?
No, because I hit the mic.
I thought you were going to hit yourself in the face. No, I was like,
I hit the mic and it
okay.
kind of, I can't say anything. I'm like really blind. So I feel like there's a lot positive here. They may not be able to stay in Ethiopia though.
I was seeing the same thing.
Yeah,
so where would they go? Would they stay in Africa or would they?
Because he can't come to the U.S., can he?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I think the original conversation, y'all hit us in the comments and let us know, but I think the original conversation was he wanted to raise the kid there in his religion and his tradition.
Yes.
But he might have to get that up to keep her and to keep the baby.
I agree with that.
Full-fledged. Let's get on with the getting on. We agree on something. How crazy is that?
Let's talk about Team and Mylisa.
We're getting whoever comes up next,
Okay,
which is
all
not
right.
Tim and Melissa.
All right.
No, I can go to him.
No,
That's
no,
fine.
it's okay.
That's
It's
fine.
okay.
You
It's
sure?
okay.
You
It's
sure?
okay.
You
I
sure?
just gotta
'Cause
find them in here.
Boom! I got him. No, we're good. Boom.
okay,
Boom.
cool.
Boom. Boom.
All right. Tim and my Lisa.
We need some sound effects.
What is that?
That was a bomb. Clearly, it wasn't a good one. All right, stop staring at me like that, man.
Okay.
Team and Melissa.
Ooh, so Tim, at first I gave him a lot of credit because he does speak a little bit of Spanish.
And then he had the interview.
And then
He was like giggling at one point when she asked the question.
He was nervous because he's like, I don't.
But don't giggle. You want this job? Okay. Or it was like, tell me. I think the question was like, tell me 3 things of your strengths or weaknesses or something. And he's like, 3 things.
I don't know. I always get stuck on that question though. You know what? I give
You just repeat the question slowly back to them, but he probably can speak the language well enough to do that. So
I would be like, when someone asks you that question, how do you answer?
3 strengths and weaknesses. Well, I take my time. Oh, you want me to actually answer the question?
Yes.
Can I talk about anatomy? Hey, that was funny. I couldn't know what it said.
Alrighty. Anyways,
man.
he is looking for employment currently, but I think he thinks because he's American, he can just
walks in there and be like, hey,
he's decent looking, right? He's tall, blue eyes, like that. He can just be like, sup, and then get a job.
Is that how that works?
No.
Like, get out of my office. What the hell? Sir, I'm not into that.
So yeah, I even in this like article right here, people are like, yeah, we thought his Spanish was better because he had been speaking decent Spanish.
I think conversational Spanish
is
versus
very
right.
different.
Like I just don't like them as a couple. I don't care for Tim because he's really emotional and he's goofy. I mean, I like Goofy, but he's the kind of Goofy that I feel like is almost borderline like developmentally disabled. Maybe that's too harsh. And she's angry. He ain't saving that. She's mad, man. Like to her core type mad. And to your point, like I think she needs to take into consideration that 5,000 miles.
And I think if I were to be in that situation, I'd have a don't ask, don't tell policy. Right?
Nah, but people get curious. You've asked questions of me recently out of curiosity that I don't care for. So.
And you won't answer them.
I have.
Me? You're lying. Anyways, oh no.
What was that? Was that your shoe?
It's my phone.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, so he is currently trying to get approval to get my Lisa's hand in marriage, and he hasn't really done much.
How you gonna do that, man? Like, what you gonna do to prove that? Because when you cheat, like, you can't do anything to prove you're not gonna do it, but not doing it, right? So how are you gonna like?
And so he
maybe
needs to get
2030, maybe.
Yeah, he needs to get his work permit, and honestly, her family doesn't even seem to be excited to have him there.
No,
she doesn't seem to have it.
Mom's is almost like, bro, you could
get your ass back on the plane.
Pops hit him with a cool Escobar. What did he say? It was a cold line too. He's like, bad play or something like that. Bad play, man.
Bad move.
Yeah,
bad move.
Like,
and then he's like, at this point, you probably should just end it. Like
he's right.
The healthy thing is just to end it.
He made a mistake going over there. That was not a good decision. He should have let it play out while he was in the States, and maybe took some time away from her. I don't think he should have went over there. I think that was a poor decision. And all these crocodile tears, I'm tired of. It's like watching Ellie, man. I'm like, dude, if you don't stop crying,
you know what? She wanted to go to the U.S. That was the original plan, but unfortunately, he had his indiscretion.
Happy, yeah.
And now she's like, I'm not gonna move there, which I totally get. But that was it. We really didn't see much.
They're done. Are we good with that?
Yeah, he does still have his house here, so I would think that he's probably just gonna be back.
He should come on back.
Yeah,
especially because like she's in that like angry stage. Because she has to fade from that angry stage, get to that disappointed, to that where she can start to rationalize it just a little bit and go, and then watch his act. Because if he does all the things right, she can eventually get there. But like him just coming off the heels of doing it or telling her.
I mean, she says that it was just off the heels, but I don't know.
But off the heels in a situation like that could be a year.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like, because you got to work through it. And like, there's got to be a ton of conversations. It can't just be like this, hey, I'm here. I live here now. Like, she's going to be mad for a minute. So yeah, I don't think they make it. I think the tell-all is going to be bad for them too. I'm so excited for the tell-alls though.
Me too. It's moving on. Yes.
We're moving on.
There's nothing else. Let's talk about Jihoon.
Junie
B. Ginny
Boomskis.
Jones.
Boomskis.
You know what? I love the matching colors that they have on.
They look like
That
a good
makes me
couple.
happy.
They look like
Like,
they should bust out like a
They're
BTS type
so
dance
sweet
solo or
looking
something.
together. Like they're just like perfect.
I don't like the fillers on her, man. Lip fillers, I
love them. I love them.
Just don't do it for me.
Happy 100 days to Taeyong.
Don't. So at first I was clowning that. I'm like, 100-day birthday. That's stupid.
Oh, and they're like, most babies in Korea do not make it to
I
100
know.
days.
But I was like, oh, congratulations.
Shit.
I immediately pulled it back.
Yeah. So, oh my god.
What's going on, man? You nervous or something over there?
No, it's on my leg.
You're in the presence of beauty, and it's just stuff to do with.
That's what the issue is.
Okay,
Yes.
I figured as much.
You can't even see. So
okay, you did that.
Yeah, 100 days, and they actually
That party was dope.
They had a party at this really beautiful like little palace that everyone had to get
and the
dressed
family
up.
was all feeling her. They
And
loved her.
it was the first time she met his extended family, but before they had to do some party prep.
Yeah. Oh,
Mama
God.
Ji-hoon and
that was so awkward.
And Devin, and unfortunately, their little
that gadget is trash, and no one's updated. Thing. Amazon ain't out there. What's going on, man?
It's still a work in progress,
bro.
Right?
No, that app needs to go. I mean, that translator is garbage.
Well, no, like certain things in Spanish, there's 3 different ways of saying it. It just depends on what way you say
but
it.
If
So
you
it
spend
may not
a little
register.
bit, they don't have no money. I was saying, if you spend a little bit more money, there's got to be something better out there,
know.
or at least give you an option like A, B, or C. You can click the one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Double click, 3 clicks.
Because also, I need the mom to stop laughing at her.
She thinks that Devin's stupid.
Yeah, because when she laughed when she was cutting, I kind of wanted to throat chop her. I'm like, I could see slipping her a quick one right quick. You know what I mean? Like, don't laugh at me.
Devin was helping Mama Ji-hoon in the kitchen, and she was slicing. And to be honest, her
slice game
work
was terrible.
Was sloppy.
Yeah, the slice game
Gordon
was
Ramsay would tear you
apart.
apart.
The thing is, it's not hard to slice things. So there's really no
and not
reason.
in like the way she was at. She was literally just asking for very thin chopped julienne carrots. That's it.
She was just like cutting these chunky.
But Mama Ji-hoon's a jerk and was like,
yeah. When then I like Devin though. She was low key like, well, it really doesn't matter because the flavor is the flavor. So
and we can buy these chopped. So
right.
I'm not poor.
But then what did the app say? So she was asking, what do you expect
from
of a Korean or a daughter-in-law? And she goes, what did the app say? It was terrible. It was like no hope or something like
that.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
And
her
she
face
was just like okay. Mm-hmm.
Her face was like, did she just? And then she's like, she said effectively, like the app said, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like you can say thank you and that's it.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
When they were talking about dressing family members, she's like, but what she meant to say is, hey, when they come see you, make sure to say thank you.
Right.
And it was like, no, you only say thank you. Don't even look them in the eye.
Like, what? It was such an awkward moment, man.
Yeah, it was just a miscommunication.
I feel like she should just talk to Pops. I feel like I'd almost like minimize my conversation with her because she's mean, man.
I agree. I think the whole vibe that she gets from her just really throws it off. But luckily, because of the celebration, they didn't, have anything pop off. And
I think they're working towards better.
They are.
I feel like they're moving in that direction. And you know what, man? I don't care. At first, they really painted Ji-hoon as kind of like a trash guy, and I don't think he's mature.
Great.
I don't think he's mature, but I like him.
For sure.
He's like a likable dude to me. I don't know why. I kind of go, man. I like if I was hiring, I'd be like.
Let's give him a chance.
I'd be like, bro, can you just show up on time,
yeah,
please?
That's all I want
So I like the dude. I don't know. I think they make it. I think they're gonna have like a long, happy life.
I agree. Actually. It just takes some time, and I think at the party, like I said, they were dressed up in
like
traditional
garb.
Yeah, there we go. And they were complimenting Devin on how beautiful she was and how she fits so nicely.
She's gonna be a superstar out there, boy.
Man,
movie star Devin Clegg.
And then they asked, his Ji-hoon's grandma if she would accept Drusilla or Dracula. If you want to.
That little girl almost got run down by a car.
I know, by everyone. Yeah. I'm just. Anyways, children are rats.
Drusilla.
It's fine. If. Wait!
No! You don't get to just say that and move past and repeat that.
Children are rats. No.
Oh God! I mean,
okay.
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with that statement.
A rat can fit through a quarter-size hole.
No.
Yes,
I see what you're doing now.
Yes, they can.
You're backpedaling.
No, I'm not. I'm not backpedaling at all.
Children are rats.
Yeah. Okay. So
Line of the night.
No. Can you let me finish?
Hey, have at it. Dig yourself out.
Rats can fit through a quarter-size hole, right? They can squeeze their body through a quarter-size hole. So can children. They turn on a dime. You can look at them, and then all of a sudden, they're halfway down the street. They are just fast little gremlins.
And they're also crawling with bacteria.
Yeah, they are. See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're skeevy.
None of this is my
They make
words.
you itch.
None of this is my words.
I mean, first of all, you're adding to it, so
No,
kinda.
I'm just helping you out.
Anyways, so
Hey, DCFS. CPS. No,
we don't have DCFS out here.
CPS wouldn't me. All right.
But yeah, so they, he asked, Grandma Jihoon if, she
Also, I'm posting that, right?
That's fine. Okay.
Okay, good.
I would tell anybody.
I love that you're so confident.
I'm sure people would agree with me.
No,
Crotch goblins are gross.
The comments will probably be nothing but agreement. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
just
it's
funny
fine.
to hear you say it that way.
So yeah, and Grandma Jihoon was like, we accept them into our family, and it was actually a really, really beautiful moment.
Yeah, it was dope.
I was like very hopeful, but it's Jihoon and Devin, so.
Well, the thing is that, like, we see with them two, like, the circumstances around how these couples get together are so difficult. Like, if you think about the longest lasting relationships ever, typically the people are like high school sweethearts because they grow up together and they grow together and they all just go up together.
I also think those are the ones that end very terribly too.
Oh yeah, there's no lies told there.
Apart,
it's one or the other.
No.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
It's never like, oh yeah, we've had a mediocre marriage.
It's 50 years of family annihilation. There's not a lot of it, but did I go too far on that one? I don't know. I figure since we're
I can't curse, but you can talk about family annihilators.
Okay, are we moving on? Are we done? Are we done, son? Are we done?
Yeah.
I don't condone that.
I should hope not. I'm gonna call you Chris Watts up in here.
Or Crispin Watt. All right, moving on.
God damn, we're not naming a kid Chris.
No, Jocelyn, I got zero. Which who we doing?
Yazin,
who we doing? Okay. Oh, wait, you said Brittany and Yazan? I think you said Yazik. Shouts to Yazik.
I said Yazin.
Oh, I thought you said Yazik. I'm like, okay.
You're close, but not it.
All right. How are we feeling about these two?
I don't remember this. I don't remember them in this episode, to be quite honest with you.
Were they in?
You know what? I had maybe had a shot or two and a Benadryl, so that's probably why I don't.
Bro, I would. Can I take a minute to say that you shouldn't do that anymore? We were laying in bed and she was like, "How you feeling?" She's like, "Things are slurring." I'm like,
"Oh no!"
What?
Remember, because I was trying to get a thought out, and you're like, "I can't understand you."
And then I was thinking, like, is she gonna make it? Do I need to call somebody? Yeah, don't do that
fine.
again. Pass on that.
Anyways, so I don't remember that. I just know I remember his family, of course. One minute I like them because they approve of their relationship, of them taking it slow, and then once
I know that they were sitting in the cafe talking. I don't remember much about that either. We look like bad podcast folk.
I know.
I don't remember much.
Apparently,
it was an hour-long episode too. It was really short.
It was very quick.
Yeah.
So they alternate. But apparently this week, Yazin and his family are upset because someone found one of Britney's bikini pictures with another female rapper or artist or something like that.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And the girl's thick. I mean, did you see the picture?
No, I didn't.
She had some cakes, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she had some cakes.
They can't be natural, no?
I don't know.
Because she's like super thin.
I don't know. No idea, but I was just like, that's a lot.
I feel like her titties are.
I was just like,
I'll look.
I was like, that's a lot there.
I think it's. They're saying that it's the first picture, and I think she probably would have scrubbed her Instagram, but.
Well, she tagged him in it by accident.
Ay.
Yeah.
Oy.
And so the family started calling her prostituta again, and.
Aww. But they're saying, obviously they're very shocked. It doesn't help that. But they only see the texts. They don't get to see what actually happened in person. They showed Brittany's text of the fight.
Oh.
I guess Yazin probably asked Brittany to delete the photo as her test of faith, but Brittany made herself clear that his family has no control over her and what she's going to do with her life.
Yeah, see, that's one of them situations where you just gotta make sure that they don't see that stuff, because if they see it, they're gonna be pissed. I don't think she should have to take it down. I don't think she should have to change it, nothing like that. But that religion don't play that. They dress from head to toe, man. Like,
I also, now this is a really interesting thing that I do remember from this episode, is that she was trying heavy to have him come back to the hotel with her.
Oh, she was trying to smush. That's from your favorite show right now. She's been watching Jersey Shore. Like, I wish I could take a poll of the whole nation and see who's actually going back to watch that show at any point. Because you got to be like one of the
Oh my
people.
gosh. So I just watched an episode of Dina, and she's wearing all denim. And Polly and Vinny are going, denim, 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 and Mario Brothers. Yeah, it was phenomenal. I just best day of my life.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, and you know, he's like, nah, it's not. It's against my...
He wants to. I think that you.
I can't go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think he wants to. It really gets under my skin, and it makes me feel icky that she keeps pressuring him, and I do not like it.
Really?
Yeah. Reason being because she knows it's against his faith, and she doesn't care, and she keeps pushing for it, and that bothers me.
Okay, you're right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's why it makes me feel icky because she knows that she can't post a bikini picture without him freaking out. Do you think inserting the P and the V is going to be better?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So here's my thing though. And this is why she should not be pressuring him to, but I can't fathom. And you know, this is going to sound very anti-religious. So it is what it is. I can't understand how people wouldn't do that before they got married.
Why wouldn't you test drive the car before you get in?
Really bought it's like exactly like if you went and bought a vehicle, do you just gonna trust that everything's okay? I ain't gonna worry about it. And then you pull out the lot and you broke down.
People do that with Carvana.
There's a reason I'd never buy a car with Carvana.
I would.
No thanks.
You can return it 7 days. If you don't like it.
Well, okay. Not the point. So from that aspect, I kind of get it. And you know they've been together for a minute, and if she's been faithful.
Oh, right.
She's probably dying.
Oh, I'm sure.
Does that make it right? Does that make it right? No.
But
you think he can do some other actionables though?
I don't think so.
I don't think he can. And that's tough. And no actionables.
No, not
even like some.
Oh, I get the temptation. I
digital?
Really do. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know if pleasuring yourself.
What about like if he uses a hand that holds like some sort of what do they call those things? What if he doesn't hold it with his hand, but he has like another hand that holds it,
like a vibrator?
Yeah, so he's not holding it.
How is that not weird?
No, it'd be super weird. My point is, it's not him though. Loopholes, baby. Gotta work within the system you're given.
Does anal count?
Let's make some calls, man. I don't know.
Does God ignore the back door?
Does God ignore the back door? I don't have words, man. That rarely happens. What am I supposed to say to that?
That was good. That was slick,
that was
right?
fantastic. You've
been
I'm on it between chores in this house. Yeah, you're doing your thing.
I'm disappointed that
you upped your game though. Well, you know, other people have brains, but you did good.
Anyways, but for me, I think after the first time, I think that asking is okay. But then, like, she asked like 4 more times after that, trying to convince him, and I was just like, bro, like. I get
she probably had that tequila, that Patron back in the room he don't know about, and she came a little tipsy. You know?
I know. I get the temptation, I really do, but I feel like I don't know that. I think she was kind of shaming him because she's like, well, I don't understand why. Well, bitch, you.
Oh, you made it so. Hey, take the time. How far did you get?
32 minutes.
Hey, not bad. We're improving.
I even said P and the V.
Yeah, no, you're getting better. I'm telling you, every episode
that makes me sad.
You're up in your game. I
don't get my perfume.
You can still get the perfume. Half the bottle, though. Actually, like one of the micro ounces. You know the little testers?
I already got one of those and I like burned through it.
You're like 5 of them.
But her just continually asking and saying, well, I don't understand what's wrong with it. Well, yeah, because you're not super religious. And like, while I don't agree with that, I'm going to respect someone who does.
Yeah. Here's my other thing.
I couldn't be with that person.
That's where I was going. I'm like, but you also went into it knowing he's a Muslim dude. That's their culture. They don't get down before
Jordan,
they... Yeah.
No
I know,
less.
right? It's not
is close to Israel. Come on. Those are the holiest people on the planet.
Right. It's not like he could be like, oh, I came to the U.S., so I was a U.S. citizen and it changed.
Right.
No,
I acclimated to American culture. Like, that's different.
You're so funny. You're like, you're right next to the Holy Land, man. You need to chill.
Seriously. The Mecca.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
No.
You know, and the more I watched them, at first I was like confident they were going to make it. I'm starting to see some things.
She's still married.
Yeah. Well, she's leaving to do that. That was coming up in the next episode too. She's going to Chicago to get that.
Oh, that's right. She's leaving and then coming back.
Yeah.
But will she come back? IDK, bro.
Nah, she's going back. But because she's going to go back with her dad, I think. And then that's what it's going to be like marriage time.
So what if she can't get the divorce when she goes back to Chicago?
I wonder how that would work because the other party has to agree to it, right? So she'd have to contact that person.
Yeah, the lawyers could do that.
And then what if he found out? I think like he gonna find out over the trip somehow.
I would think. So when you get married in another country, typically if they know that you've been divorced, you have to provide that divorce decree. So she will have to provide that, and that will have a date on it.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe she can white it out. She'll be like, you can't come with me to get this to them. Then give it to him, get it back, and wipe it out. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. I'm changing my tune on this. And you said earlier you didn't believe
it. No. Would you if you had a thirst trap posted on Insta and I wanted you to delete it, would you delete it?
Yeah.
I would too.
I mean,
why not?
Unless you out here trying to get it, if you're really serious about that person, that shouldn't really be a thing.
I mean, that was also kind of a brand too, though. Like, not anymore because obviously.
I think it's extreme in this situation because she's dating a devout Muslim. It'd be different if like the same religions, or here in the U.S. it might be depending on what you're showing. Like if it's just a booty pic, you might just have to get over it. But yeah, if you're dating a dude like that.
Oh, I mean a bikini photo. Like you wouldn't be mad if I posted a bikini photo, but you'd be like, yeah, if you get attention, you're gonna get attention.
Yeah, you gotta do what comes with it. But
right. But
moving on.
Yes, Kenny and Armando.
Kenny and Armando. How we leave things with them? So the big part about this portion is they went to dinner with the family. The family's still in town, and right now Armando's gearing up to think about telling his family that they're married. They're gonna go back and they're gonna meet them soon, but they're out to dinner and they're eating. And as these dudes are walking out, they say something very disrespectful, very disparaging.
Very disgusting.
Yeah, calling them very derogatory term for gay males, and
xenophobic episode.
Yeah, and so. He's got. I said this when I was in the live stream with them, but Armando gonna have to toughen up a little bit. I'm not saying that it's like something that he should just get used to, but I am saying that like people are going to do that.
In Mexico, it's very different.
Yeah, no, and it could get dangerous, I'm sure.
And his daughter has already lost one parent, and I think
what happened to
she died.
Oh, I don't remember. A car accident, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So
now you're putting it in perspective, and I'm like,
is very like, if something were to happen to me, I could never forgive myself.
Yeah, you don't want to orphan your kids.
And basically, and they weren't barely touching in that dinner too, right? Yeah. They weren't super like huggy and kissy. Like they just sat next to each other pretty closely, and someone called them, the F word, and that's like that hurts his feelings, and he's upset, and he realizes how dangerous it could be.
Yeah, because they could get assaulted or something, man.
Yeah, and that's that. And then it's going to... I mean, I don't know how hate crime laws are down there, but I'm pretty sure where he's located, it's
it
not
almost
a thing.
Seems like as far as tolerance goes, they back in like the 50s where we,
No, I think it's a don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, like, hush-hush, you keep it to yourself. And that is, for me, I can't even imagine.
Here's my question for you. Do you think Kenneth can come around and understand that? Because he seems pretty
He's going to have to. At this point, I think he needs to realize, like, it is not like America.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to have to come around. I'm surprised that he didn't want to come to America.
Yeah, why didn't he want to?
I don't know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if y'all can in the comments why he wouldn't want to do
also, Kenny not liking guacamole.
Yeah, who are you, dude? Where did you grow up? What? There's no acceptable reason for that.
He was acting like he didn't have like Mexican food before he moved down there.
Yeah, I know.
He lived in Florida.
Well, is Florida have a lot of Mexican food?
I mean, I would think like a lot of Cuban and stuff.
Cuban, Haitian, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what? I like Kenneth, but that almost made me not like him.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm very picky about the guacamole that I like.
No.
Shocker. But rude. Yeah, no, you
should be a foodie.
I love food.
No, but you're also excruciatingly picky about it.
Oh, I am, and I've got a great palate too.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, that's it. That's all for
Practicing?
them. I don't have anything else to say otherwise. I do feel for both of them, and I do hope
make it to you. We still in the
yes. I do hope that Kenny backs off Armando about the telling his folks, and I don't want either of them to get assaulted or anything like that. So I think that he should probably just take his fiance's lead.
I think Armando, and obviously we don't see everything because everything's really edited.
He's such a nice guy. Can we talk about how nice they are just as a couple?
Yeah, they're wonderful. I'd have a dinner party with them like in a minute. Like if we're like, oh, that's a great question. Okay, we'll do this at the end, but don't let me forget. If you had to invite, I'll say 2 couples from these 2 shows to a dinner party, who would it be? Don't answer now. We'll get to that at the end, and hopefully I remember. Chances are I won't.
But. Can we do other 90 days? Because I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. All 90 days. 2 couples.
Done.
Man, let's take all 30 seconds.
Ashley and Jay.
Bro, I said
okay,
no.
I'm sorry. I got so excited.
All right, let's get into this next one.
Okay.
I got to switch the thing up here, so bear with me. bear witness to the greatness.
First one I would like to put up is Michael and Angela. Angela and Michael.
You don't get a choice in this.
Michael, how dare you lie to your Aunt Lydia?
I can't tell you how much I hate her. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I probably can't. I got notes on this one, boy, because I was mad.
I made you take notes for me, too, because I was like, no. Okay. So last we left off, I'm setting the scene.
On this episode of 90 Day Fiance.
I was going to say Dragon Ball Z.
Goku came back now.
The argument continues from Angela leaving the dinner. She storms off and she goes home. And Michael does what Michael does best. He puts his tail between his legs and he runs after her.
Angela, love you. Angela, let's figure this out. Angela.
I have some notes too.
First of all, Michael is a battered wife. To me.
Lorena Bobbitt.
He's a battered wife because I've never I remember saying this like 4 times when we watched this. I'm like, I have no respect left for him because it's one thing to want to work on your marriage. It's one thing to want to stay together. It's one thing to want to like even I'll use our marriage as an example. And also, if you want to talk, make sure you jump up to the mic because
I'm well aware. Yeah, okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my notes. You're trying to find them.
But there's certain points in our marriage, right, where it's like there's a line, and when that gets crossed, it's like, yo, so we ending this or what? Like because you can't go past certain points,
right?
And I feel like she goes past those points and then goes 100 more yards, like another football field. Like she just and he just takes it. So one thing you wanted me to write down is she smokes inside the house. That made me laugh. I was like, why are you stuck on that?
She smokes it. Oh, I forgot because she was walking around. She got her pack of cigarettes.
She had 2 packs of cigarettes. She got
her pack of cigarettes here. She's got a lip gloss here. What else?
She had 2 packs of cigarettes. I was like, God, if you're not the trashiest woman, basically, she's so trashy.
Okay, we'll go this
way.
So I have
and then
cell phone.
Jesus. Oh, that phone ain't gonna work on the phone. So it's so bad that when the translator came and Michael was looking at the translator was looking at Michael.
What'd she say?
She said, "Don't look at him. Look at me." I'm like, I just want somebody to punch her in the face. I think a bucket list item for me is watching her get punched in the face. Like hard, like one of them good ones that just really puts you on your back immediately. I think I would die happy seeing that.
You know what? She told the producers, I think he needs to get married to his family and I'll take my arse right back to America.
And Michael has no heart. When Michael comes here, he is going to not only be a house husband. So I think I mentioned this last week. One of the dudes on my Insta feed was like, "Yeah, I think she's gonna make him into a slave." At first, I was like, "No, not like a 1400 slave, right? Like not like a."
I think it's gonna be a sexual slave who cleans the house and cooks.
No, but the more I think about it, like he may live in a cage. Like she is just crazy.
You don't go outside and tell. Well, you know what? And so, and so they talk to Mama, right? And they go, hey, do you approve of us having a 50% marriage? Like everything is.
Your mom's like, man, whatever. Yeah.
And she's like, Michael, is this what you want? And he's like, yes, this is what I want. And she's like, if it makes you happy, I like it. I love it. Like,
yeah, she like,
you like it. I love it.
You like this dummy? Be with the dummy then.
Cool. And then
shouts to moms. She like, I'm done.
Angela goes, all right, girl, we're done with you. And like sent off, which I find so racist and disrespectful because she's like, all right, girl, like. Ain't nobody gonna call me girl. Like, I don't care. Anyways,
when she told him, don't look at him, I'm like, well, what the hell? What am I translating if I can only look at one person? Like, what kind of weird?
You typically make eye contact with everybody in the room, right? Anyways.
If I ever get the chance to meet Michael, I'm like, bro, you're better than this. At least I think you are.
I mean, you are a king, bro.
Yeah, like for real. You come from a beautiful heritage. What are you doing with this She is the walking dead. Like, if I could replace her in every scene with a dumpster, I think that'd be accurate.
I agree. I do not like her like in a relationship. Okay, so because I'm watching so much Jersey Shore, I'm gonna reference this back. Sammy and Ronnie, right? I do not like them in a relationship because they are just toxic people, because they throw
literal jabs at each other, not jokes.
Punched poor dude square in the mouth. But
how was that on TV and she didn't get arrested?
It was back in the 2000s.
It was a better time.
I think it was like 2009.
It was a different time.
But I do like them as individual people, right? I think I like her. I think she's spunky. I think that she's...
Who are we referring to now?
Angela. Maybe not even like, but I just like... I think that I could tolerate her as long as like Michael wasn't around.
if I was on fire and she came to put me out, I'd say pass. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. My time's up. I'd rather that than.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of doubt because they do edit things, and so.
But here's the thing. That's not editing, because
it's constant.
This is like no matter what happens. And the thing is, okay, so like the next episode, they're at that strip club, and those girls are dancing in booty shorts and tank tops.
They even scandalous. And she's like, "Why would you bring me here?"
And because she's so. What I don't like about her the most is she has a deep-seated hatred of herself.
She does,
and she can't.
She does not love herself.
She can't deal with that. Because listen, we all get jealous, right?
Absolutely.
We all get jealous. But if you go to a club and there are women dancing there, you're gonna have to move on. If you said, "Hey, you want to go to a male strip club," and I went with you, I gotta keep my mouth shut, man. Unless you like going in the back with dude and coming out an hour later. Now we have an issue. But I'm like, yo, it is what it is. If you go stick a 20 in a G-string, it is what it is.
Well, and my thing is like, if you're going to a strip club or it's your bachelorette party, and like, say we do one together, like, I think I'm gonna probably participate in more debauchery than you would.
Facts.
Just because that's who I like. And not that you couldn't, like, if you wanted to, like, don't think I'd care.
But, like...
Because you were with me, like, you were literally next to me. So, like, we're going to be sinful together.
Ooh, let's go. No, but, like, and that's the thing. You remember Usman and Baby Love?
Oh, my gosh.
It was like the same thing. Like, but she did a better job. He had girls on his jock, and she was like, oh, he did a good job. Not really, like... So, this is just such a toxic relationship. My guess is domestic violence within the first 6 months.
Yes. Completely.
Like, you think Larissa and Colt are bad, boy. If he gets to the stage, they're gonna break them records.
Break some records.
And you know what the bad part about it is? You know who's probably going to get blamed?
Him.
Yep.
Because he's a black man.
You want to keep going on this? Because I could go for hours about my hatred for him.
No, let me just wrap it up. Also, they did tell Mama after they sent the translator away that she most likely won't be able to carry a child or maybe even produce children for him. And she goes, "What? Well, I'm trying to."
No worries. I was trying to give you time with my noises.
Yeah, it actually just like made me like more like anxious, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. But once again,
she manipulated him.
Michael didn't translate correctly, so Mom was just under the impression that it may be hard for her to conceive.
Oh yeah. Well, I think she's almost given up. I think Mom, from what I saw, the look on her face is like, I don't care about this stuff anymore. Y'all gonna be together, together.
Love it.
This is what you chose, and I get that too as a parent. Like some points, you just gotta go look. All right, man, that's what you want to do. I told you, I don't like it. Whatever, man.
And so so Angela's happy, and now they can go do some wedding planning and go mudding and all that.
Mudding? They go mudding out there? Oh, you mean when they get back?
Yeah, because she's.
All right, we done. I don't want to talk or look at her anymore.
Let's talk about Moldova. Andre and Elizabeth.
Moldova, the peasant food.
Oh my gosh.
All right, man. What's up? Holla at your boy if you see him in the streets.
Okay, so they pick up her family, mom, stepdad, which we didn't even know that they were divorced.
Oh God, I forgot about her sister. Oh talk about people I don't like.
And sister Jen.
Oh God. She's second up on my list right now.
This dumb biche gets in the car and she starts complaining off the bat. She's
the
just
minute
like,
she gets in the car,
literally they close the door and Andre starts driving and she's like, "Ew, it's gross here. It's old. It's clammy and dirty and dark." And it's like
she's garbage.
It's 6:00 in the afternoon and she's like, "Why is the sun setting? This is why everyone's depressed." When literally in winter, like the sun sets early.
I know. She's like, the sun goes down at 4:00 here. He's like, yeah, it's the middle of December, man. What you want?
Like
what are you talking
joke.
About?
And then she's like, no wonder you wanted to move away from here. And like, she kept just throwing.
And he was kind of like, no, I didn't. He made me laugh though, because he was sliding his little ones. He's like, I could drop you off right here. Like, really, I should drop you off.
Yeah, he's like, so who's driving?
Yeah. So it's bad because I was very critical of Andre, especially in our first episode.
Yeah, the first couple.
I've softened on him a lot because I'm starting to realize her family is trash.
But I told you that, and that's why I've always been
no claps. You started doing the claps on the leg.
and then I realized like it's not. It's fine.
Inappropriate.
I told you that I think that although he is very hot-headed, I think the fact that they make it worse.
They make it so much worse.
They constantly criticize him in anything he does. He could get a haircut and they'd be like, well, why'd they cut it to that side?
Right. You didn't get an American flag in it? Why not? You don't think you should have that?
And it bothers me, and the fact that she never puts them in their place makes me even more upset because that's what you're supposed to do as a spouse. Your husband and your child come first. You need to protect them, and you're not protecting them because what's going to happen when that baby does something they don't like?
Right. So
and sorry,
no.
To rant further.
Continue ranting. Rant away.
the fact that this child is now going to see their grandparents and aunts and uncles demean their father, they're going to also think that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's not how
you're
that's not
some poor
okay.
traits. You're teaching some really
and
poor
I don't
traits.
like it. Really bothers me, and like I get anxious when they come on TV. Like I don't even want to watch them. It makes me so upset.
Yeah, you know, if that person that was punching Angela slipped Elizabeth's sister one too, I think that'd be appropriate.
And so, but she, you know, like you said, he held his tongue really well.
Yeah.
And
He's
then,
gaining respect from me. I didn't have a high feeling of him now, but it's getting better.
But then Elizabeth said something that really pissed me off. She goes,
"You don't really care for her."
I do not.
Yeah, you don't really care for her.
It's not because she's a bad person, but she is just so entitled. She is so spoiled, and and I do believe that she loves her husband, but she lets them walk all over him.
They do. She does not stand up for him.
And
that's a fact.
She just won't cut the umbilical cord, right? She just won't do it. And
she'd rather let them bash her husband than put distance between her and her family, which is kind of
and
garbage.
Distance is okay. Distance.
You don't have to completely turn away from them,
but
you can take some time away. Yeah.
She tells him, "It's actually really sexy that you aren't being an a-hole right now."
And what's he supposed to do? He's like,
because of her family,
like,
and then smiles, like bats her eyes, and like that bothers me so.
Well, and you know, not in her defense, because I wouldn't really defend her, but I will say some couples do have their own sort of like, because we have our own kind of like back and forth banter.
Of course.
Was it in front of family? I don't remember that comment. But
no, it was like off camera, like.
So, I remember. And then they kind of hugged a little bit. So that was her little way.
For me, that I'm reading too much into it, but it implies that it's his fault that they always fight.
One thing y'all don't know about Aunt Weezy, and I'm gonna school y'all to some game here, is if she likes you, she will go to the ends of earth for you. But if she doesn't, you're done.
But I also. That is very true. If I don't like you, I will never like you, and if I like you, I probably always will.
Because that comment to me, it was a little eye rolly, but it was kind of innocuous. It wasn't like I didn't think it was like a dig. I thought that was her way of like trying to be back on his good side and be a little flirty.
I guess why it bothers me so much is because she just blames him.
It's always his fault.
It's always him. It's always him who's being a jerk, or she's not looking at it like, oh, he's being reactionary because my family said XYZ. Like she didn't say anything.
Well, it's like her family can do no wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, like she wasn't gonna be like, Jen, chill. Like, come on.
So can I jump in here?
Yep.
No, I don't have to. I just
go ahead.
Your rant game has been strong. I'm just letting you have it. So couple moments from that episode that I found interesting. First of all, the moms were dope when they first met, and they were like hugging on each other, and they were like, that was dope.
So yeah, they had a great dinner, didn't they?
Yeah, I was like, why can't they just be the focal point of the family? Let the two women.
Chuck and Charlie.
I'm like, take heed of the women. They know what they're doing. But one thing I found really fascinating, like really really fascinating. The sister-in-law of Andre, who I love his brother.
Oh.
The sister-in-law was like, basically just trash talking Andre and was like, yeah, I don't know what she sees in him. I don't know why they're together. I don't know why she would be with him. And you didn't really think that was anything, but I was like, I found it really significant because I don't know how long his brother and her have been married, but that's a lot of evidence to have gathered over time. They have a lot of family dinners. They're around each other a lot. For her to say that really fearlessly, she didn't like, you know, hey, let me tell you. She was like,
this was all happening while Elizabeth was trying on wedding ring.
Yeah, like she was very open about it. I found that pretty shocking. I'm like, wow, if somebody that close to him.
Here's why I don't find that as interesting or as credible.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Reason being is because being a sister-in-law, right? My view of certain people in your family is through your eyes, because like you tell me about your issues, right? And then I come with all these preconceived notions. And when I see the family around them and they're treated differently because of whatever, I have a bad view of them. And so Andre is the baby, right? His brother is significantly older.
Brother talking down about him though.
I don't think he is, but I think that he gets different treatment from his family.
Maybe she sees that.
And I think that she gets upset by that.
Okay.
Or she could get upset by that.
She was some logical. Okay, yeah,
and so that's why,
that could be legit.
That could be it. Or, you know, she could be married into the family a while and seen this kid grow up, and she's just like, he's just annoying. Like, I don't like him for whatever reason. We disagree on a fundamental level. Like,
but I was so shocked at how blatant in front of his wife. Like, see, that's what shocked me, because most people like would pare that down, or they would do it later, or they'd be like, look, we're gonna chat after we get done with this. But she was just in the middle of the store like, nah, he's trash.
What the sister did was like, hey, you dress coordinator, come here, translate for us.
The sister grabbed the cord. That's what I'm saying though. Like, how wild
Elizabeth's
is that?
sister. Yeah, I did that.
She wanted them to know these things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and she knew the sister. She knew Elizabeth was back there.
Yeah,
I was
not
just
care.
blown away by that. I was like,
and that's not to say that I don't take their Andre's sister-in-law like seriously, or that you shouldn't consider what she's saying, because obviously you should. But for me at this point, I don't know that it's super concerning. And also, you know what? To be fair, I've told like my sister-in-law Devin, I've told her I don't know what you've seen my brother, because at one point my brother was a dick. Like, I mean, and he just, I thought that she was too good for him. And I'm like, I've said that to her, and I've said that to him. Granted, 6, 7, 8 years ago, but I've said those things. But you didn't say
it with him right next to you.
Oh, yes, I did in front of his face. Well. Like, I ain't gonna hide that. But you know what I mean? And so it could just be something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you might be right. I was just like, wow.
But I do think it was really wrong for her to bring in the wedding or the dress coordinator. I think that was so inappropriate.
Well, it was like she wanted to deliver. She had to make sure she delivered that message. Yeah.
And
wouldn't you be though?
Oh, I would be like, I want to be a part of this family. Like, hey, give me my money,
ain't
get out
free.
my shot.
Yeah, I'm not here to do this. All right, slip me $20-$30 you want me to translate.
Yeah, no.
So where do they go? Are they going to be good?
I think if they get away from her family.
How does Andre behave getting back to the U.S.?
He just chills.
I don't think so. I think he grows more resentful.
I think he will, but I think that in order for him to be successful, he'll have to chill.
Yeah,
and he'll have to get a job.
I see it getting worse before it gets better.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
when he gets back there, because you remember Charlie and Chuck ain't forgot. They ain't forgot. So the minute they get back on their home turf, they gonna be popping off at the mouth.
Well, and I think what also frustrates me is like they had a great dinner, right? And it was very peaceful. Everyone was super
awesome.
happy.
Yeah.
But of course, here comes Chuck and Charlie, the dynamic duo of. Anyways, I nothing.
Charlie kind of seems like trash too. When I look at him talk, I'm like, dude, because he kind of comes off like a tough guy. But you're right, Andre would have washed him if they went out. He would have beat the brakes.
A 2-piece and a biscuit.
Yeah, okay, we're still going on with that. Did you say that on the first one? I think you said it in the first
episode, and you were like, "Can we please retire that?"
No,
never retire it. But they were like, "Well, Andre seemed nice tonight, but we'll see." And it's like, you can't just say that you had a good night.
See, a lot of those like confessional type things they do, I wouldn't have a ton to say. I'd be like, yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
I'd be like a boring interview for those.
Yeah. Let's move on.
We're off it?
Yeah, we're off it. Let's move on to Colt.
Hold on, make sure I delete the right one. All right. Nope, that's not it. Oh, do I have a picture of them? Oh, you're going to have to talk while I find a picture of them.
Fine. No worries. Alrighty. Last we saw was Colt and Jess. They separated at the airport, right? Jess was going back to the Shy that plays on my hat.
Shy Tizzle.
And Colt was heading back to Las Vegas. It had been quite a few weeks, and they had broken up quite a few times in between those weeks.
This dummy! I forgot what had happened until you just you said the breakup. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes, they had been breaking up. He keeps saying that I want to salvage the relationship because I still love her. So we see Colt in his camo recliner, which isn't surprising to me with his big old tree trunk legs and very, very tight pants. Look here.
Maybe it's a bad picture. I don't know. Anyway, go on.
That's not a good picture.
No, it's terrible.
All right. Okay. Tree trunk legs, too tight of pants, and his camo recliner. He is an oddly shaped man.
I know. I just didn't expect you to be so detailed about his oddness. Go on. I just thought that was very
I noticed
weird.
This past episode, and I was like, homie, you bend over, and we're going to see a lot more of you.
The crack is out.
Don't want to see.
The Kraken.
Don't disrespect the Kraken like that. Anyways, so Colt FaceTimes Jess and was just like, hey, I want you to come stay with me in Las Vegas. Like, I want to work on this. I love you. And she goes, she wants to go. She'll come, but she has no desire to meet Vanessa because she's coming out there to meet his family and friends.
I think there were some choice words involving the certain species of dogs.
I don't want to see this beast. Yeah, you better not there because I'm gonna beat the beast.
Let me ask you real quick.
This lady.
Who you got in a one-on-one?
Jess.
Yeah, I think Jess is
mad crazy.
I think Jess is getting
mad
weapons. I don't think she's fighting fair either.
You saw how she took off that 6-inch heel.
Yeah, I think she's swinging, stabbing, throwing some things.
2-piece and a biscuit.
She's actually like
that's
the type.
A 3-piece.
Oh God, if you don't let that go. I feel like she's the type that you'd want around if you actually got into a fight. Like if it went down in the streets, you'd want her there because she'd like go she'd go get like a bat or something, or like go try to find some kind of weapon or like a brick
she'd have
or something
on her.
Yeah, she's kind of crazy.
Yeah, she a little crazy. She got that.
All right, keep going.
Brazil in her. Anyways, so she says, I'm not going to meet him. And he says, okay, got it. You can stay in my bedroom. We can make it sexy.
Listen, if you're in a relationship with somebody, why do you have to make comments like that?
Because she asked, where am I going to stay?
Stay with us. You have to stay in my bedroom. Like,
I don't know.
He's such a lame, man.
He's just not.
He's a lame.
And then Colt hopes by staying there that, they can kind of repair things with Debbie and Jess. Because obviously Debbie's like, that's my baby boy and no one can ever be good enough for him. And I want to marry him and have children with him.
So I want to say this pretty clearly. I hate Colt.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you.
But he has got to be the most cocky, self-confident
Does he put it down in the bedroom?
He's got to. Because he continues to get laid.
What is she schlonging around? I'm curious.
Maybe it's like an elephant joint, man. And he's
like
just out there rearranging guts.
Do you think it's bare down there?
Bare, like shaved, or what do you mean?
Yes, like do you think he manscapes?
Probably.
That makes it worse. Ooh, my stomach hurts.
If you puke, I'll give you $100.
I'll do it.
But okay, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble speaking because it's hard to fathom how you could be him and be this cocky. Vanessa
and pulling chicks too, because Vanessa's not bad
is staying with them.
No, we hadn't even gotten to that part. You just ruined it.
How'd I ruin it? You were taking all day, bruh.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to drive the bus here.
Anyways, so he says that the relationship is still at a standstill because Jess doesn't trust him, but she has a good reason. Colt confides to the camera. He goes. I have a confession to make to her, but if I tell her over FaceTime, she'll break up with me. I need her to come here.
How much more can he lie to her, man?
I don't know. And he's like, but I've done nothing wrong. But he lies and lies and lies and lies and lies.
So not only is Jess, did you get to that point?
No, I was letting you do that.
Man.
I was letting you do that.
So Vanessa has been staying with him for some undisclosed period of time that
because
we don't
her and
know.
her ex broke up and she needed somewhere to stay, so she
calls Debbie. And here's my thing, Colt. Check your mom, bro. I'm not saying be disrespectful to your mom, but there's been many times in my life where I had to be like, Mom,
nah,
no, okay, I love you, but absolutely not. If you really care about this woman like you claim to, and granted, I will say this, they've had their breakups, okay, whatever. But if you really care about this woman, you go, Mom, no, she can't stay here, or I'm gonna move out for a bit because that's gonna put me in a tough spot. That's number one. Number two, when him and Jess were broken up, he was smashing other chicks and he didn't tell her that.
Mm-hmm.
Which at this point, if you guys are broken up and you're smashing chicks, why? If you're doing it protected, why are you telling her that? As long as you're wrapping it up and you don't have nothing.
And
if you guys were really broken up,
but that's the thing is, I don't think they were truly broken up. Yeah. And so you move in her nemesis, right? Who is
somebody she hates.
And her distaste because he's like, yeah, meet my friends, and she's like, I don't want to meet her.
I almost feel like TLC.
I'm not going to meet Lord Voldemort because I don't like her.
I almost feel like TLC gave him a bonus. It was like, hey, if y'all let Vanessa move there, y'all let Vanessa move in there.
I got you $2,500 every time you lie.
Something.
Right? And so, yeah, he was talking to other chicks while they broke up.
Okay. I wish we were like investigative reporters and we could find some of the chicks that slept with him and really get to the bottom of why.
Is it because of money?
Is it because of the TLC fame? Like, please school me on the game of why you would do that.
Does he have a big schlong?
Is he low key like 18-inch wheeler down there? Just
that is no. I'm not doing that. That you're talking about wrecking things.
Well, some women like their areas rearranged. I don't know. All I'm saying is, what is the appeal? I've racked my brain on this. Like if TLC shows were doing calculus, I've done the work. Okay, I've really stopped and gone.
You done calculus?
I was in calculus 2 in college, son. Failed it 3 times. We're not gonna talk about
college?
That. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Enjoy finishing this year
cool.
on.
I got this.
Yeah, I
just
truly
talk to myself.
I truly can't understand how.
Yeah, I don't either. I do.
Look, is there any discernible quality about him that you find redeemable? Search deep. Can't say he's a good dad. He has cats. I mean, maybe he could be a cat dad, but I don't believe in that. What else you got?
He has nice glasses.
Would that get him to home base? Is he scoring runs based on that?
God, no.
So how's he scoring runs?
I don't know, because even his sweet talk is not sweet. Like, I'm just gonna be like, are you gonna kill me?
He does seem like. Okay. All right, you wanna move to Larissa?
Anyways, yeah. So she's coming. She is coming.
And I'm telling you, I hope she. I don't want her to get in trouble. I don't want her to do something like that. But I want her to do something pretty mind-boggling to ruin his life a little bit.
You know what? I hope she does. And I rarely say this, and you taught me this. 'cause you told me when we first started dating that if we ever broke up and like I really hurt you, you would try and F on my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have fun with that, by the way.
Because you don't have any?
My friends are just not your type.
Don't matter the type.
You would do that?
Listen, what's revenge is involved, you do whatever, all right?
Oh.
Vengeance is taken. All right? I'm Batman when it comes to stuff like that.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm way worse.
I didn't appreciate how quickly you said that.
But I'm Batman.
I'm Robin.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right.
I hope that she meets his friends and then does
one by
all
one.
of them.
Lines
I
them
hope that he walks in on them running a train on her while she is guzzling all of it. That's right. I hope that she breaks him to his core.
Did you have to say guzzle? There's so many other options for words.
How was I going to say that?
She didn't have to say it at all. You could you said the train. The insinuation was there.
Right, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough.
Guzzle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like a Gatorade bottle. She's just like, oh god.
You know, she needs to be leaking from every orifice. And I hope that he walks.
Bro, you are in rare form tonight.
I'm not. I just
Are you sober? What's going on right now?
I am sober.
Is that more dangerous? Do I need to make sure you're not when you do these?
You know, to be quite honest with you, I don't know. But really
Too
though,
much clarity
I just want him to be so heartbroken, and I feel like that would just destroy him.
But
and that's
see,
what I want.
but see, he's the narcissistic type where he wouldn't be. He would fake it for everybody in the world. He'd tell 400.
Of course, because he wants to be a victim,
right? But he wouldn't be because the dude is kind of soulless. He would use that as a story for every other chick that he tried to get with. All right, Larissa and Eriki.
Oh god,
yawning in the mic is always a good look.
So she's like, Eriki,
fix my body.
You gonna be less cheapy. Buy me titties.
Buy me boobie. Buy me nose job.
Yeah, and so she's just like, I think that if you buy me titties, I will be happier and the sex will be better because you'll desire me more.
Okay. My man's was like, okay, I'll give you the money with interest.
He ain't getting no interest. First of all, he ain't getting no money.
If you do that,
using savings to do that, by the way.
There's no chance
you're not getting it back.
Money.
Like that's
number two.
It's like loaning money to family. Like you should be prepared to never see that back.
Well, and number two, if you love someone, you're gonna ask them for interest. I mean, if it's somebody you're not with, I can see it. Or if it's somebody like, if it's a friend of you,
I hadn't thought about that.
It's just like who says that? When he said that, I was like, dog, what's going on right now? Do you even really like this chick?
No. No. I think because he's on TLC, he likes her.
With interest?
And
then Larissa didn't say nothing. Well, she knows she ain't gonna pay. She's probably like, yeah, I got you.
My heart hurts so much for her.
That's extreme to me, but okay.
It does. She's so broken, and it hurts me. I
was gonna ask you if you saw Kindred Soul.
No. I mean, yes.
It was clearly a joke.
I mean, kind of actually, because she doesn't like herself. She doesn't she is really insecure about herself, and I think that you see that even all the way back with Colt. Like, she is just so insecure, and she thinks that she needs to be fancy and dress in certain clothes and talk a certain way and need to have her tits done and her face done because she needs that. She needs to be sexy in order to get, to feel good about herself, and that's just not the way it goes. I don't know. I hurt for her.
I can't go to that point because of how she uses people. She goes from dude to dude. Even that date where she had with that one dude who was like, tell me about the
Super
legal
rich.
stuff.
Oh, the Jared Leto looking dude.
He did like Jared Leto, didn't he? The first thing she says is I like to taken care of. I want these things. I could feel for her. I could be more compassionate toward her if she wasn't constantly seeking somebody to take care of her. And maybe that's from the insecurity standpoint.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I just don't like people that openly use people. Well, I guess it's better if you openly do it instead of trying to hide the fact you do it. But I just don't like people that use people. And I think her whole goal half the time when she meets dudes is what can I get from them? And I don't like that. So I really don't have that same level of... I do wish she would love herself for sure, but
I think that if she loved herself, then she would realize that she doesn't need a man to take care of her. She can buy those things herself.
But I don't think she's ever gonna want to do the work it requires.
No, I agree with you.
Because when she was out with her friend, I think her name was Brittany, the white girl.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, maybe I should strip. In my head, I'm like, yo, get to it, get that money, because you can get all those things you want. Absolutely.
And she's decent enough looking, and her body's all right.
Yeah.
She could do it.
And she seems like she's kind of funny too. I think when she's flirting with the guys, she's giving lap dances.
I think she'd be a good time.
Oh, you saved it. Look at you. You saved it. You almost said a good F, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said a good F. Okay.
No, a good time. I think she would be. I was gonna say fun.
I thought you said she's a good And
No,
then
no,
you
no.
stopped.
I thought it was
Okay,
gonna be
yeah.
good fun, but like then that
Yeah.
was like, I don't know what you're saying. I think she'd be a really good time, and so I think that if she went to counseling and did some stuff for herself, I think she'd find it much more rewarding than having a man pay for things.
Maybe. I feel like she almost gets some kind of satisfaction out of that.
I think
I could
it's
be wrong.
really been ingrained in her to do those
And then
things.
she had the nerve to say, maybe if I get the boobs, you want to marry me.
But see,
I wish he would have raised his hand and be like, that's not going to do it.
But see, that goes back into the I don't feel good enough, and I don't think as is that you want to marry me because of who I am. Because I think now tits and a nose job is going to fix
What if
that.
he just said, but your ugliness is inside?
And he even said, like, hey, I want to make sure that you're doing it for you because, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I don't care. Yeah.
Like,
which was actually a really nice thing for him to say.
It was. I don't believe him, but I think it was the right
I
thing to say.
Well, I think if he didn't have to pay for it, he'd be fine with it. He's like.
I think if she was like, I want to get Dolly Parton sized titties, and he didn't have to pay, he'd be like,
yeah, he'd be like, when are you doing that?
He'd be like, oh heck yeah, I'm up to it. And
you didn't have to include that either.
I didn't. I didn't say that.
All right. Okay, so I want to go back to something I missed. When Colt and his mom, I think Colt does intentionally sexual things around his mom. They were eating ice cream together, and the ice cream came, and it was like something hanging off of it, or like there was a wrapper or something. He's like, it's like unwrapping a condom. Who says shit like that in front of their mom?
I told you they have.
There's something there, man.
I wasn't joking.
Bates Motel type.
When I said that she wants to marry him and have babies with him,
Alabama for real out here, Mississippi.
He obviously is a surrogate husband, right? We can agree on that.
Cause she do be legit angry when these other girls are around. She be legit mad.
I think that she could be an angel, and if they were trying to get married and do those things, she'd be like, no, I don't. Even with Vanessa, I think that she would probably turn on her.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so
because like remember in the car they were like making out. Like I feel like Colt does those things intentionally.
Oh yeah, no, it's gross.
Because I'm on the last thing I'm gonna mention is unwrapping a condom. Like that.
You don't even know how to do that.
I used to. Yeah, just that to me when he said that, the dude's weird, man. The dude, and I think some of the cats he probably like tried to do experiments on, man. The dude is he's an eyeball.
You had to take it there.
You can't after guzzling. You can't.
That's
say
not even that bad.
There's nothing you can say right now. What's worse, guzzling or cat experiments?
Bestiality is the word for it.
No, I mean cat experiments like cutting them open and stuff.
Oh.
Like not. See, where are you at, bro? All right, I'm moving on. Who's next?
Syngin and Tania.
Oh God. Sinja, Tanjin.
Oh God.
You don't like Tanjin?
I don't. I just don't.
No, I meant as a name, not as a couple.
All right, Bray. You ready for this, Bray?
Oh, the Bray. The Bray. The barbecue.
The Bray.
What's up, Brew?
Yeah.
Brew, you wanna go to this Bray?
Heck yeah, I want to go with Bray, bro.
Nice. All right. So Tanya lost her mind.
Oh, okay. So they were starting to prepare a Bray. What is a Bray?
A barbecue. BBQ.
BBQ.
Flipping that meat. Don't make any. I shouldn't even have set you up with that. Let's move on. Thank you. You had some ideas turning. I saw them. You stopped them though. Moving on.
I can't think now.
Moving on.
All right. Syngin's Faja, step Faja, asks if he gets homesick. This kind of set off a whole mood. And what did Syngin say?
He set her up.
He oh my God.
He set her up in my opinion.
He did. He was just like, he sees his future in South Africa instead of America.
And this causes the explosion in Tanya's brain.
Panic.
It was very palpable. You could see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, I feel like I'm missing out. He's like, I feel like I'm missing out on life living in America. I don't care about the American dream.
And the problem with this relationship is they haven't learned each other's ticks enough. Because I think Tanya should have known where it was headed and just been like, well, Syngin, we can revisit that. Because the whole conversation stops.
Time, right?
That does come a time.
And I also think I'm a very private person.
Yes.
I do not.
You never. That's one thing watching this show. I've learned to love that about you.
Oh,
Half the stuff that happens on this show, you would never allow to happen because you just don't carry yourself in that way. If a conversation is going on around other people,
we're done.
You will kill
That's
it, and then we will take it somewhere else.
We'll talk about
you
it in
will
the car.
never have it in front of people. Yeah, I love that about you.
Never,
actually.
ever.
Because I can get kind of flippant, and you'll just be like,
"That's enough. We're good."
Yeah, I'm like,
or like I'll just give you a look and we're done.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to talk about it, or I'm gonna remove myself and let you make yourself look like a bag.
Look stupid. Yeah.
Right. And so then Tania goes on to say, and I love this because I think she's kind of a G for it. She goes, she has no desire to raise any children in South Africa because there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of racism, and a lot of theft in front of his parents who have children.
Yeah,
there.
I think that was a horrible thing to say.
I disagree.
I don't think that was great because
are you going to have a child in South Africa?
Disrespecting their homeland.
I think that's just being very fair. Because he's disrespecting her homeland.
If she could have said it differently, the presentation of that was terrible. And you saw the look on everybody's face go, is she serious?
Well, yeah, I think that she could have said the opportunities in America are much different. And I think that it would be better to raise a child there.
Because you got to remember, those people are from there.
Cultures.
That's their homeland. They've been there for years. They've grown up there. So for you to say it's crime business and all that stuff's in America. So I thought that was a horrible choice of words at that time. I mean, I don't mind if it had been just those two together. That would have been way better,
right?
But in front of the family, I thought. But
even the stepfather was like, "That's a really fair point."
Stepfather was pretty balanced.
Yeah, no, he was very just chill about it. But he said, "Yeah, no, I mean, you're kind of right." Then
she became unglued, though, man.
I think it's been building, right? It's been building and building and building.
But he was poking at her.
He hasn't got a job. He's been drinking so much. Yeah. They have a lot of different views. She wanted to have babies right away, and she made that very known. And she's also dealing with a lot of PTSD, and he doesn't seem like the most.
He's not very
supportive.
Excuse me. He doesn't care much about her feelings.
I don't think so.
And I mean, as a man, I know how sometimes we have to pull ourselves back and be like, okay, why do you feel so
like,
strongly?
How can we talk about it? But I think it's just been the
eyelash in my eye.
Oh, that's the worst. You have really long eyelashes too.
It's the worst.
I think this is the straw that kind of broke the camel's back for her. She stresses that America is more of a melting pot and has different cultures and backgrounds. And then what does Syngin say? We may not even have children.
Yeah. And
she was like, hold up. You knew I wanted children, like from the day one. That's never been like something I wanted to compromise on. And you said you wanted children, so why are you saying that you don't want them?
Yeah.
And then he goes, So he says, I don't actually know if I even want them. And Tania reflects, and she's like panicking because this light that they're starting to lead towards is now going down the drain because he's being wishy-washy in what he wants.
Better save some eggs, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's in early 30s.
Yeah, but that time ticks fast. So one thing Tania did that I hated was she walked away and then she came back and started arguing.
No, you should.
That was the most tacky thing. But also, I wholeheartedly believe Syngin set that up to begin his stay in South Africa.
Oh, I agree.
I think he knew exactly what he was about to do when they sat down for dinner.
Oh, I think so too, and you can kind of see it brewing as well.
Yeah, because he was out. When he was out with his boys drinking,
they were hyping him up.
I may not go back, and they were like, "Yeah." He kind of gave him that. Yeah, maybe not. I was like, "Yep."
He's planning his exit. And then throughout this whole conversation, he keeps like repeating like the phrase "American Dream."
Yeah.
Right. He just keeps going back, and so Tania pushes back, and she goes, "He doesn't even have a clear path or a dream. Yeah. So what is he talking about?" And she goes, "I think it's unfair for him to get married if he had no plans in staying in America, or for having children." She's like, "I'm tired of the empty promises. I want to start seeing action from him. It's been 2 years." And nothing has changed. She's had his work permit for a while, and he still hasn't held down a job.
And he's a little too old for this beach bum free spirit thing. I mean, bro, like.
Free spirit. Huh? She even said be a free spirit. She's like, I love that about you. I'm a free spirit, but at the end of the day, free spirits don't pay the bills.
Yeah, free spirit with a job, though.
Right? Let me call up, Cox and be like, hey, I got a free spirit, and they're like, I don't want to drink at 10 o'clock in the morning. Get a good job. Right. Like it's like.
Well, and that's the thing is like, it's very, it's just childish. It's like, bro, I get it. No one knows what they want to do. No one wants to be tied down to a job. Being tied down, period, is hard. Having a family, being married, it's all challenging stuff. But you got to grow up, bro. You got to grow up.
I really do. But like,
can't be 18 forever, man.
So then
college was fun. You gotta
like you in your 30s, bro.
You gotta move on.
And
man.
so she starts crying, and she's like really upset because he hasn't tried. He hasn't made any any effort. And so Syngin's mom goes, you're being a bit hard on him. Which
well, and I think I was actually gonna mention that. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Some of the families of these dudes, like, I'm not gonna be mean. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Sorry. Some of the families of these men, they don't push their children to be anything. Like, I'm not gonna be a jerk to him, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, Syngin, you kind of a bum, man. What's up, man? Like, if that was my kid, I'd be like, yo, I get why she's upset. You're not really trying. Like, you gotta be honest with these kids. I don't understand why everything is like, well, like his mom's been super apologetic. Like, well, he's just not the type to. Why are you allow that?
And it's like, well,
you can't force him. I know.
But he has no accountability. It doesn't seem like he ever has.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? They kind of just left him to his own
devices.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And she is a very structured person. I do think
she wants to be something.
I do think that she is a free spirit. Yeah. I do think that she would wander by the seat of her pants on a weekend.
She's got a free spirit on her terms though, and I don't love that.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But Friday night through Sunday morning, she's a free spirit. Like, hey, let's go pack up, do a road trip.
At 5 on Sunday, she ready to go to work.
Right, but at the same time, she understands that she has obligations and things to do, and that's a good balance. I do think that she's a little more
she's got some emotional.
She has very tight on the reins, so I think that she needs to compromise in that as well. But Syngin also needs to compromise on, hey, you need to have some kind of direction. She's like, I don't care what you try. She's like, if you want to try 50 different things, try all 50 different things, but try. Like, you're not even doing that. Well, you know what
I think would serve her the best?
Leave him.
No, not necessarily leave him right away. Withdraw. Move back. Pull off of him.
Don't, yeah. Oh.
Because
you're chasing him, and
and the more you try to box him in, the crazier he's going to get. But if you pull that back and just go, all right, man, you want to be a free spirit, be a free spirit. Whatever. You want to drink at 9 a.m., drink at 9 a.m. He'll start to notice, like, oh, man, this is not as fun if nobody cares about it.
Yeah, and so she does bring up, left to his own devices, he chooses to drink and party, and she's like, I'm not 23 anymore.
Because, listen, what'll happen is he'll get shit canned at a bar. Can you come? No.
Find your way home.
I'm in bed, man. Good luck.
I'm working.
So I think she just needs to back up, but she also needs counseling too. She's got
some trauma issues.
So, some stuff going within her is bad that she needs to work, because
she needs love. She wants love so hard, and she's fighting someone so much for it. Not to say that he doesn't love her, because I think he does.
But she's gripping the bat weight.
I agree.
Her hands are bleeding.
Right. So she has the reins so tight.
Yeah, you gotta let go a little bit.
It's not in a good situation, and so she does leave. And she sits there and she eats in the bedroom, and he comes.
She getting that steak. She was chewing that steak.
And so he comes to talk to her, and she's just straight up ignoring him, straight up, don't, I'm eating this steak from the bride. He comes
with a beer in his hand,
of course, because when doesn't he have a beer in his hand? And they try to talk it out, and they just argue more. And he's like, "Well, fine, whatever, bye. I'm gonna go talk to mommy." And that was that. And she's like, "All right, dude, peace. See you later."
There's no chance they make it. They have the least chance of any couple to me of making it. Because I think he's checked out of the relationship, and he's just trying to find. That's why I think he set up that argument. To me, that was I'm going to end this relationship argument to me.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because he knew what buttons to push too.
He did it pretty coolly, pretty calmly.
And he did it well. He did it well.
And he set it up so that she went crazy, and he wasn't getting as high as she was. He kept it he was throwing his little
that's why
his little
there's no emotion,
shots.
Right?
Yeah,
it was just okay, I know what I'm doing, and then he's like, I'm so sorry, we never do this in front of people.
They're about to be a train wreck at the tell-all. They are so going to be a train wreck.
I know, I feel really bad for her. Alrighty, Kelani and Asuelu. Putting them in dukes. She's a whole goddamn family meal with that biscuit.
Oh, this is one of the moments where I just wish that I could hit a mute button on you, because that biscuit stuff, man.
I'm never gonna lose it.
All right, Kelani almost caught a felony.
I love that girl.
I wanted her to turn around so bad.
I did. Oh, I was like, do it.
You made me laugh though. You were like, so yeah, her 65-year-old mom's really holding her back. So that was funny.
We last left them off. Obviously, Asuelu's family is just complete garbage.
Trash bags.
And so, Kelani being the great wife that she is, because I do think she's a phenomenal wife and an awesome mother.
There's a child coming. Anyway, go on.
she was like, you know what, let me talk to them. Let me see if I can talk some sense into them. Maybe if they hear it from me, like they'll understand woman to woman, mother to mother, like that, hey, like this can't happen. And so she meets with them. She meets with Mama Asuelu and Tammy.
Mama
Asuelu. And says, hey, like I'm here to guys to tell you, like I don't understand like why, and she's a G because she did not like waste any time.
Kelani's tough.
Yeah, she's like, why do you feel entitled to my money?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like at the end of the day, she's like, I just want you to know it's gonna be what I want, and that's it. Like point blank, period. Like with the hand motions and everything.
I know she's about to.
She was not.
She was
having
ready.
it.
She was ready for something.
And then, of course, you know, Mama Asuelu says,
I want the money.
She did. Yeah, very much so. She's like, she tries to explain the Samoan culture. And Tammy says, well, you're basically a stay-at-home mom. And that's the reason why you don't have money.
Called her a bum low-key.
You
like
don't work.
Bumby.
You're lazy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I think that kind of like sets her off. And it's just like,
Yeah.
Like your son literally works part-time at a yogurt shop.
Yeah.
You gonna call me lazy?
What
like,
was the line of that conversation though? You remember the line of that conversation from Mama Asuelu?
No, give me 1 second.
I can give it to you right now. I don't care about the babies.
Yes. And so they also imply that Kelani got pregnant on purpose to steal Asuelu
The thing is
from the family.
The thing is like, if Kelani was pregnant on purpose, it wouldn't be with Asuelu.
And she
dude
goes,
that has nothing. Yeah.
and so Kelani's like, you don't think there's better men than
right.
him?
She's like, I could have done.
She's just
a
like,
lot better.
she's like the child that I had a child with. Like, there's no one that was better.
Like I'm raising 3 kids
right
now.
Like you don't think anybody was slanging better than he was? Come on,
yeah.
like be realistic. You live in a third world country. Like if I could really go back and choose it, would I? Right, like mind blown, and I'm like super excited. And so, like you said, Mama Asuelu was like, I'm sorry, Kelani, I don't care about the kids. I want to take my kid back to Samoa so that way he can do his due days before. That's
like,
it.
how do you completely disregard your grandkids? That's not good.
And so Tammy says maybe you guys need to divorce or separate. And I think this is when she like is starting to turn the corner of I'm starting to see red.
Yeah, she walked off.
Because she goes, you want him not to just leave me. You want him to abandon his kids because he won't give you all the money. This is crazy. Like, you guys are insane. She's like, I apologize for loving him. This whole circus, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with you. She starts walking away. So Tammy, thinking that she's big and bad, tries to lunge at her with, you know, no tooth Mama Asuelu trying to hold her back, like, hold me back, Mama, hold me back before I get her. And it's
I just wish that
she's like,
she would have turned around.
I
just wish she turned around. It just body slammed
and
her.
Tammy goes, next time I see you, I'm gonna get you. Like, and I wish I'm with you. I wish that
I just wish she would have turned. I just stuck her one time, knocked on her back, spit on her, and walked off.
That's it.
You gotta do the spitting after.
I agree. I would have kicked her in the stomach or the head, just straight curb stomp. I don't even care. Like, you're telling me that you don't care about
man,
my kids?
You don't want jail time, man. You just want to knock somebody out. Anyways,
so Kelani goes back and she's visibly like heated.
Yeah.
Right. And this kind of bothered me. Her sister,
Kelani too. I don't know.
I can't remember her name. It starts with a K though. Yeah. Kelani.
Yeah, it's something just slightly off of Kelani. Yeah.
Is watching the boys while Asuelu's in the room. Don't like that, but okay. Like, I think that's weird.
Well, yeah.
Maybe she's giving a break. But she goes, hey, do you mind watching the boys? Because I'm going to go talk to Asuelu and pack. And she's like, I just want to get out of this godforsaken state. Like, I don't even want to be here. So Kelani goes in there and, like, starts telling Asuelu, like, what happened. And at first, he's, like, super supportive of her, right? Yeah. And it's like, no, that's wrong. I can't believe she said that. And then she goes, hey, your sister also threatened to beat me up. And she's like, I am not the one. She's like, I would have beat the brakes off of her.
So I didn't like what Kelani said to him, though.
What'd she say?
That, you know, because he started to challenge her. So it got weird. So Kelani called his family effing a-holes.
Yeah, which is so true.
Yeah, but he asked her extremely calmly. He said, hey, please don't call my family that. She said, well, they are the effing a-holes. And he said, Kelani, please don't go. He asked her twice. And I know she was mad, but she was wrong.
Nope.
No,
I'm sorry. That is a threat to her family.
Listen, I understand why she said it, but in that sense, when you're talking about his family, he's asking you not to do that. I think you need to not do that. I think she was way too heated to go in there and have that conversation. She probably should have waited a bit. And I don't think she was wrong for what she said, but after he asked her not to say it, she should have stopped. But then what made it even worse, what I didn't like, is I think because Asuelu started to get mad that she was doing that, then he started to say, you think you can knock out Tammy? You think you can knock out Tammy? And then Kelani says, I can knock you out. I didn't like that.
Well, I think because he was like, my sister's stronger than you. My sister could beat you. Like, why?
He didn't say it like that. He was just kind of like, you really think so?
You really think that you can win in that fight?
Yeah, and she was kind of like,
sorry.
Yeah.
Your family literally just said, I don't care about your children. I don't care about you. You're gold digging, whatever. Like, you're too white to understand my culture. I'm going to take my son back. And then they're going to physically threaten you. And you are saying, I can't call them names, but even though they disrespected me so terribly, they've disrespected you the entire time. You're upset because I called them a name. And then you're going to challenge me and say your sister can beat the crap out of me as your wife. Like, that is your hill to die on.
Well, I think the problem here with the delivery of the line of I don't care about your babies, I think we're going to see the significance of that line for Asuelu in the tell-all. Because I think that's something you have to see to almost believe.
Maybe.
You know, and I think at that time, also I feel like because it went badly, and I think his emotion in that moment was like he was really disappointed. It almost caused him to push back because it's almost like racist with Trump. Like, where people are like, it can't be that way. It's almost like you don't want to believe it's that way, so you push back.
Right, but then you blame, and then also you're very right. I think that it's unbelievable, and so he's like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, you almost have. It's almost a defense mechanism. Like,
and
this
then,
can't be real.
And then also going back to like my family and I were fine until you came along.
Right.
Like,
right.
It is your fault, Kelani.
And let's be real. To some degree, his life has gotten significantly harder since she's been in his life.
It's also gotten significantly better.
Has it though?
He doesn't work as much. He has his own time. I
think he'd much rather be in Samoa. I don't think he's happy in America.
I mean, then he.
But to my original point, I don't think what she said was wrong because she was telling the truth. But I do think, out of having respect for each other, when he says, "Yo, can you not do that?" She should try not to do that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
At like trying to respect your spouse, but at the same time.
It's saying I could beat you now. I mean, not like that.
I'm sorry, but he's saying like my sister could totally knock you out.
Yeah, and he was wrong too.
And
I'm not.
And then she's like, "Are you kidding me?" Because Kelani's a big girl.
Yeah, no,
right?
And she looks like she could probably
take a couple
punches,
right?
Yeah,
like she
looks
a little crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, she like literally towers over that girl. Like she could. And Asuelu, to be quite honest with you, she might be able to take him.
No, I actually think she could. But
well,
like,
my thing is like
that's not the right thing to do.
Maybe it wasn't the right thing to say, but
I see why. I get it.
But the fact that he was just so adamant on like, hey, like, I'm sorry, but she could.
And I think the thing that
and instead of just defending his family, so now not only is that forever going to be seen, his sons will see that and say, Grandma doesn't love us and does
Granny.
not care about us. Like, why aren't you mad? Like, you've been treated so poorly the entire time.
This is what I'm trying to get to, though. I think Samoan culture, like a lot of these cultures that we've seen, are different than U.S. Here, even some people here wouldn't turn on their family for saying such horrible things. I think it really depends on the person. I would be like, well, we're not going to have a relationship. Goodbye. And there's nothing you can really say to fix that. That's not really a salvageable thing.
No, that isn't.
But
I couldn't trust you with my children.
But some people are like, you know how Michael's beholden to Angela? Mm-hmm. Some people are like that. And I think Asuelu's like that. I think he can't find it in himself to let it go. Or not yet. I think he might be building toward it.
I think that she will divorce him before he does.
I don't know.
And I hope she does.
I think that footage, that's why I can't wait for the tell all, because I think that footage is going to hit differently.
Maybe
when you watch it and you go, damn, for real.
I was Team Asuelu for a really long time. I am no longer.
Off the team now.
I can't. I understand he's young. I get it, and I'm a very loyal person.
Oh yeah.
Like I will, and I get not wanting to turn your back on family.
But you've never had this kind of family dynamic, because the Samoan culture dynamic is different than any culture we have.
No,
here.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
At the same time, I mean, I guess
the same thing with Brittany and Yazin too. Like, for some cultures, defying the parents is mentally almost impossible for them. Yeah, he's rare. Oh, he's very rare. How many other couples? How many other dudes in other cultures have done that throughout the show?
Oh no, for sure. I'm not,
and that's why I'm actually getting more respect for him, because I'm realizing like, no one does that.
everybody.
Yeah, no one does that.
And again, I I get what you're saying, that tradition is so ingrained in their mind.
Well, it's just something to think about. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's something to think about.
Basic decency of your mom saying, I don't care about your kids, and then your sister trying to go after your wife.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
And,
there's nothing you're saying
Kelani was very respectful, but she was very like...
Kelani was a G about that.
She's like, you're not going to take my money.
Ass. She could have literally beat both of their asses.
Yeah, she's like, you're not going to take my money. You know, I'm not like, your son isn't all that in a bag of chips. Like,
it was crazy too. Is there some ratchet chicks in the world that would have laid them both out and dipped, and then told Asuelu, "Hey, they over there. You can go get them if you want."
Like, I'm done with you.
Yeah. Like,
and honestly, and they left that whole scene, and she's crying, and she's like, "I don't think my marriage can stand this."
Yeah, he gonna have to make a decision, and like I said, I think because I think this is such a heavy situation. Like I said, that denial is the first thing you go to, that defense mechanism. But like I said, when he sees that, I think that visual of seeing that, it's almost inescapable. Hopefully, if he's still on their team after that, then he's hopeless. But my belief is that when you actually see those words come out of her mouth and you see the sister go after your wife, I think that might turn the corner for him. He's like, I can't be around these people.
I just know that if I were to have a meeting with someone in your family and I said, this is what they told me, and they tried to lunge at me.
I'm calling. I'm going to see him right then and there. I'm pulling up. Hey, what's up, man? We got to have a conversation.
You're going to be in the car before I tell you no.
Yeah. I'm like, come on. Let's go holler at him. Yeah.
You know, and so I just, again, it goes back to like the Elizabeth thing. Like, that's not protecting your family.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the ultimate sign of disrespect.
And I also speak to who I am, though. I've always been that way. So I think some of it comes from like who you are too. Oh, like because as long as you know me, I don't take no shit
from nobody. Yeah, I mean, it could be God himself, and you'd be like, okay, the sky ain't blue, bro.
I mean, yeah, I'd be like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
But no, and while that is that, I just, if you were in her situation, would you stay?
It depends on how he dealt with it. Again, I'm that because, like I said, we've been married. We've had 10 situations. Because I understand what that moment was where she's super, super, super heated. He didn't see it. He wasn't there. He's trying to process, and then he's protective of his family because he is. He shouldn't be. I know. I agree with you. I think it's wrong for him to be. His wife and his
kids. I'm sorry. Even if not his wife.
But he's an immature dude, and he hasn't gotten there yet.
Maybe.
That's just the reality of it to me. He's still maturing. He's still getting there. We're seeing flashes of it, like at the dinner where he was like, I'm out. You know, he's moving in that direction, but there's still that little piece of him that wants to believe that it's salvageable. Because he even said, at that when they were eating at the food trucks, he's like, I don't want money to be what separates. So he sees it, but I think it's not quite there yet. Unfortunately, I don't think she should have went alone to talk to them. That was a poor choice.
I agree with you. Yeah. But at the same time, if I was her, I would say we need to be separated.
Oh, she wouldn't be wrong at all if she did that. From her standpoint, whatever she does, in my opinion, is fair.
Oh yeah, I'm like, and the way I'm coming at it is, you are the head of the household, right?
He's not that yet.
No, he's not. You know? He's not even that. Yeah. No, that's very true. At the same time, like, you are the protector. You are the man, right? You were supposed to protect me and our children.
Go ahead.
And you failed, and he has continually failed.
But to that point, does he seem like that person?
I don't
soft.
Care.
He's always crying. He's always upset or moody or mad. He doesn't have those manly. And personally, where's his pops at? I don't feel like he was raised in that vein of being. That's why Lo don't like him, because he doesn't have those tendencies as a male. You know, that strength, that Samoan strength, isn't in him. He doesn't have that.
I'd agree. Yeah, I could see that. I just, like I said,
he's almost a little effeminate in some ways to me.
He is very soft. Yeah. But like I said,
effeminate.
I feel like you have failed me. Like.
Me personally?
No.
I'm like, you looked at me like.
Oh no!
You looked deeply
if I was her, I'd be like, you have failed me. Like, you took vows to honor me and to care for me, and this is not it. Like, this is not it at all. Yeah. And I need to be separated from you. And I'm like, I don't need you, because she does not. She does not need him in any sort.
No, her family's got her pretty well. I mean,
they got it unlocked. They did it before him. They'll do it after him, and it just makes me very sad, because I really do like him, or had liked him. I just,
I go up and down with him, but this is a bad look. And I mean, like I said,
and she looked heartbroken too.
She was upset. Yeah, we'll see what the next episode holds. I don't even know what the preview was. I don't know if they were in the next preview episode, but I'll be very interested to see how he goes forward from here. Like, what's the next move for him? You know. All right, we spent a lot of time on them. You wanna?
That's all I got.
Are we done here? Did we cover everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you might be right. Yeah, we did.
Oh, also her sister's name is Kelani.
Kelani. Oh, you're right. I think you said that.
Yeah, oh, previews. Okay. So I can get to the previews real quick. I'll go through. Elizabeth's family continues their investigation into Andre's past. Larissa lists off other plastic surgery procedures she wants, like liposuction and all that.
Dear God, no.
In Kentucky, Karini meets with an attorney to discuss her legal options in the U.S., while Kelani tells her mother what happened with Asuelu's family. Plus, Colt comes clean with Jess after she arrives in Las Vegas. And she goes, I want to choppy Colty's diggy diggy.
I think she might be kind of soft, like when it comes down to it, though.
I don't think so. I don't think she. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
She tells the camera, in an interesting turn of events, a not so submissive Angela accompanies Michael to the strip club in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, back to my previous question because I did not forget. Who would
I want for a dinner party
to have a dinner party with? Go.
I would want it to be Jay and Ashley.
You just want drama?
No, I want to talk to her so bad. I have so many questions for her.
You can hit her up. She responds.
I know, and I probably should. Well, first of all, I love her in the respect of she is who she is, and I'm a ride or die, and she is too.
You kind of love the low key ratchets, though.
I do.
You're kind of a fan
because I feel like she has a certain level of class, but like she will throw a fire extinguisher through somebody's window, and I am all about it. So her and Jay, and I have questions for him too, but they seem to be, they've gone through the turmoil and they seem to be happy and successful. And I'm so curious, and I'm happy for both of them.
But this kind of goes back. Go ahead,
And then, of course, I mean, do I even need to say who is next? Oh, can I have 3?
Sure.
Okay, and then I would need Annie and David, because I think they're so fun and they're local. Because they're in Scottsdale.
All right, we should just go see them. We don't pull up now.
They have like meet and greets and stuff like that.
We should go see them.
But pre-COVID. And then I want Lauren and Alexi.
Yeah. So
I'll go back to Florida just for them.
So I got an honorable mention to add on mine.
Okay.
So my 3.
I guess that's Annie and David then.
So I guess I have a 4th.
Oh, okay. I'll think about my 4th then.
So mine would be Molly.
Oh my God.
Molly would be there. And I gotta kind of ride your coattails a little bit.
Molly.
Lauren Alexi for sure.
Obviously.
David and Annie. And then I kind of want the other Annie and what's the homie's name?
That just got pregnant?
Yeah, what's his name? I can't remember his name in my life. But I like them, man.
Do we?
Annie's funny. He's like a real I loved him on Pillow Talk because he's like a real dude. He like calls stuff out. He's like, no, bro. Like he just seems like a dude I get along with.
Can I do the brothers?
Which ones? Tariq and
I
like them too. I like them too.
Those are my honorable
They're funny. They're both
because
real funny.
I think they're really
they're
funny, and I
hilarious.
just want to
I wish they would do
shoot
like
the
a group 90-day watching where you could go watch with them, like with all of these couples, because I think it'd be so much fun.
I like them a lot. And they're not even a couple. I mean, obviously they're brothers, but they both have. They both have 90-day fiance stories. Yeah. So
also, kind of a side note, real quick. Do we watch Darcy and Stacey?
We haven't started yet.
If y'all have seen that, holla at us, man. Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or.
I also love Darcy. It goes back to she hurts my heart. I want her to love herself so much.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for Darcy. I don't have it because she won't stop the international stuff. It's like y'all don't get it yet. How long does it take?
Like I don't want to say fetish, but like that's their preference.
Okay.
They like the exotic guys.
But it hasn't worked. I can't feel bad for people that keep doing things that don't work for them.
I agree. I think, the reason why I feel bad is because I think that they need to work on themselves. I think that a lot of problems would be solved and they'd be a lot more even keeled if
no,
she
they
loved
do.
herself.
You don't see all the stuff they put into themselves, boy.
I'm not talking about what they put in themselves. I said put work into yourself.
I'm just being funny. I think that's it, man. What else? That's it?
That's all.
Episode 3 in the books. I think we're getting to a great part. I'm so excited for the tell-alls on both sides. What are we
going to do when the season's over? Are we going to go back and rewatch?
No, you know how they do for us. It'll be like a week break, and then they'll have a new one out. That's why we love TLC. Also, TLC holla at us, man. Y'all need somebody to moderate some of these episodes. We got it.
Oh, my God. Can I be Sean Roberts?
Robinson?
Sean
Robinson. No, because you'd be involved in it. Like, she has to stay neutral.
I'm literally so invested.
You'd be like, hold up. No, you'd be like arguing with the...
I'd be like, Angela, no. Spray bottle, a little bit of water.
Sean be like, oh God, I can't believe this.
Okay.
Yeah, she'd be all chilling.
No, and I'd be like, Larissa,
you don't need more plastic surgery.
I think she looks phenomenal right now.
Yo, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts out. Obviously, catch us here, Anchor FM, all of those things, man.
YouTube.
Holla at us.
If you're watching.
That's it.
That's all.
Bye, folks.
Okay, bye.
90 and more, episode 3.
I don't like that. Can you do what you need to do, sir?
Oh, can I stop it? I wanted to be goofy.
Get to it.